all right. I mean, all words are made up. Stay woke.
Technically, right?
That's my favorite line from Atlanta. I was like, oh, this is that kind of show. Okay. We're gonna like this. We're gonna like this.
Wait, when did they say that in Atlanta? What episode was that?
It was in season 1, and Darius was talking, and well, not Eric, Ern or Ernie, whatever, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover's character was talking to Darius, and Darius is like that, like weird woke individual, and so he says something. Right. He makes up a word, and he's like, "That's not even a real word." He's like, "All words are made up." Stay woke.
Right. All mind up for a minute, just like.
I was like, actually.
Yo, that pause though, that signature pause was just like. You show right. So yeah, all right. Cool. Got the moody vibes going.
That's...
We got the feels all up in the air, like, I'm here for it.
What are you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm drinking a whiskey cocktail with some Campari and bitters, but I also added some club soda to get the little sparkle. What are you drinking?
A white wine from Austria. I did not really want a very heavy red. I had a good Pinot Noir a couple of days ago, but I was like, it's so nice out today. It's kind of like the beginnings of spring. You kind of start to see the snow finally melting. Right. And so I was like, I want something light, but I don't like rosé. So
no, I'm not a fan either.
I don't know. It tastes funky to me. There's something that's like, oh my God, rosé all day, and I'm like, no thanks. I'd rather drink vodka, and yeah, don't like that. Don't like that choice at all
anymore. No, that's a good balance. That's a good balance. So, is there anything in particular that stands out in this wine, or is it just like something clean and simple?
It's clean and simple. Clean and simple. Just nice and dry, because I don't really like the sweet wines very much. So it was good, and I made a cashew vegan Alfredo for dinner. Well, I made it yesterday, and then I had the leftovers for today. So I was like, oh, that would kind of work really well. It was very good. I was very proud of myself. I had to soak the nuts and everything.
Oh, yeah, very nice. I love how like so many people that I'm talking to now that are in like either my circle or close-knit community, everybody's on that vegan tip or going more like plant-based, and
yeah.
Even if it's not 100%, it's an increase in just adding that balance, which is really nice.
It is. I think people started to pay attention to like their bodies a little bit more over quarantine, whether what you're eating or what you're buying, money wise too, man. Meat is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
And if you can get a squash or whatever and you can eat it for a couple of days versus if you keep a chicken leg in the fridge for 2 days, you probably can't eat that anymore. That's garbage. Throw it away.
Get that up.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun.
Risk salmonella, whatever.
Right. Exactly. It's kind of fun to, play with vegetables.
It is. I actually, because I love Thai food, and I love like all Asian food, honestly. I don't discriminate. But I'm obsessed with like the spicy eggplant, and I really want to find like a proper recipe and technique so I can get that down, because when I'm craving it, I have to order Thai food. I want to be able to make that in the house and like get that texture, because it's so good. It's so good. I love it. But yes, okay, so now that we're all caught up on the foods and things, how you feeling, man? It's been a minute.
I feel good. I feel good. I'm gonna try to use bigger words than just good. A lot of work. Moving into the spring and summer seasons with the flux of people getting like vaccinations and seeing people wanting to go out more. Just trying to make sure that I'm taking care of everything that I need to take care of, with its doctor's appointments or things like that, just because we've been in the house for almost 2 years. It feels like that, at least for me. We've been here for ages.
7 years inside. 7 years.
Exactly. But other than that, just working through it and moving to the next season, and looking forward to working with more folks, and amazed at the work that people are doing now, and just kind of taking that all in, and supporting that where I can. And even if it's just to say, hey, look, I see you, I appreciate you, thank you for doing what it is that you do. Spread the love. Everybody needs a little bit more love nowadays. So, and what about you, Daddy? Because I know you will be up to all the shenanigans, all the dirty details.
I have been like keeping it lucky. Like, weirdly enough, this has been a highly transformative period for me. So I've been like, whenever I'm in these spaces, I kind of like keep it in the cut until I'm ready to, step out and let it all hang out. So yes, I've definitely been doing all of the kinky things safely. I have sessioned a couple of times safely, requiring tests and everything. And I'm very, on the one hand, paranoid about that, but on the other hand, following strict protocol because, hello, we are in a panini right now. So like,
pendejo. That's what this whole situation is a pendejo.
I was talking to a friend of mine and she like refuses to say pandemic. So I've gotten so many different P words. I'm like, panini, pendejo, party, pineapple.
Right, our safe word, our collective safe word is pineapple. Stop
pineapple. There's pineapple. But yeah, so I've been enjoying that side of things on a much, much smaller scale, but also like, as it's been a transitional period and this highly transformative period, I've kind of like stepped into your boat as well, where I'm like, I'm sitting back and watching what everybody else is doing, commending them, like taking it in, spreading the love, because like it is mad talent happening. Right? It's mad creative like bursts and births, of just beautiful things that we can all benefit from. So I'm really excited for all of the things that are coming out, but I'm also like, I have my own personal projects that I have been doing, and I like, I'm so excited. So like, I finally, I almost forgot how much of an overwhelming task it is to birth a new website, like, to like something that's all encompassing, like your baby, I almost forgot how much of a task that was. So that's what I've been like fairly immersed in, but I did a soft launch, and yeah, it's like I'm doing the last minute fixes before I like tell anything, but it's up now. So
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And
but you got to drop the link so I can like, give VIP past the carp, the velvet rope. I just go in and walk around a little bit. Just
well, look, so like it's my Mistress Paige website, my MistressPaigeNYC.com, which is my booking site, but it also has so much more. And so my next baby that I've been working on that is also, oh my God, overwhelming, is my XXX site, my clip store site. And so like those are the two things. And then also my OnlyFans and streamlining that. It's been like, me, I'm always knee deep in some work. Like that's where all of my creative focus has been, which has been really nice. And I'm getting back to writing. So like, all the things are making me happy. But actually, so something that happened in the last, or something that you said in the last episode, where you said you had taken a trip with a friend of yours, your lovable boy, your lovable man, and had started.
Yes.
Right. So I had said I hadn't some time. Well, girl, on a mission.
Of course, naturally.
Had some things to do. Whatever that toy is that you gave me, look, I got it right here because she is close confidant.
Got it right at the bedstand, like, let's go.
Right here, girl. Whatever this is,
yeah.
Lord in heaven, yes. So good. Like, you got to tell the people what it is. It don't have a name on here. All I know is she is my new best friend.
So the toy that Daddy's holding over there, that Daddy into the stratosphere, is one of the suction toys from Satisfyer. I believe it's their Luxe line. And for those who don't know, like there's a lot of new fun air suction toys out on the market besides just using Hitachi. And I had tried mine. It almost brought me completely over from the Hitachi, because you just plug it in and do what you got to do, but the sensation was completely different. I was not ready. So I'm so happy that you like that.
Look, you've given those to me like months ago, and I hadn't, like, I used everything else, and this I hadn't paid no attention to, so I'm just like, don't do nothing.
This ain't gonna do nothing. Exactly.
So like one day I was like cleaning up around the house and doing my thing and like this, that, and the other. I was just like, F it, I just want to get off real quick. Let me just try this little thing. And I just turned it on, couldn't get it to work, and I'm just like, so you think I'm gonna play with you? I got a whole bunch of other you. I don't need you like that. So it turned on, and I swear to you, within I'll give it 7 minutes. Within 7 minutes, I was just like, yeah, we got it. This is gonna get it. Like, yeah.
It's surprising.
Yes, gusher moment. It was very nice. Very nice.
I'm like, wait, should I drink some Gatorade after this? I feel like that was a lot of liquid. I feel like that was a lot.
I stay hydrated for exactly that reason.
Right. It's just like, Gatorade, please, coach, because it's amazing. It's amazing. I need to take a day and kind of focus on that again, because I'm like, it's got to be like a combination, like up, down, side, A, B square. That, like,
I can't that sequence has come up in at least 5 conversations I've had this week. Up, down, left, right, C, B, X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
Like, what is happening?
There has to be there has to be a code, man. It has to be. But that's exciting. That's fun.
Yes.
I'm glad that you had that very wet moment.
No, moments, girl, plural.
Moments. I'm sorry, moments. Okay.
Plural.
Let's talk about get a bucket and a mop.
Right? It has been a good time over here. Getting a lot done. But okay, so hold on. So like before we jump into our guest, who I'm really excited to have. Multiple things that are very much on topic and trending right now, but we're gonna hold off on that. Hit me with a kink story of the week. You got one?
Oh, of this week? I mean, the thing that's been kind of popping into my head is going back and that plug up my ass, really. I just haven't had the time. And like, I'm just like, I really want to play with my plug again. I really do. But, I try to put aside time and I'm like, oh, something else has to happen. So I've been fantasizing about that. And then I don't know, I guess you could consider it a kink story of the week, where one of my first introductions to sex and sexuality and sensuality and all those wonderful things was always reading. So I remember finding like The Joy of Sex when I was like 8, and reading the back of the Penthouse and Playboy magazines. Mm-hmm. And so no, I've just kind of gone back to my erotica. I've just been reading a lot of erotica when I can, here and there.
Okay.
So that's my kind of kink story of the week. Hold on, let me put her in here and let me just tell her I can mute her. I think I can.
Is there any kind of erotica specifically, or?
I have so many books that I've bought in over the years that I literally just went to the shelf and just picked one. And one right now, it's just an anthology. So I really like anthologies because I don't have to stick with just one author. And it's like it's like an hors d'oeuvre at every chapter of something different, a little flavor. Okay. What did you know? I don't know where she went. Yeah, what about you? I mean, besides all over the place, Miss Niagara.
I'm like, actually, so I'll be honest, I got to work on my trajectory.
Oh, there we go.
I'm more of a gusher than a squirter.
Hey, that works too. Shit.
I'm not mad. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. As for my kink story of the week, so I did get to do like a little Polaroid photography.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so I got these like really hot Polaroids with this boy that I played with. And very sweet boy. We've played before. Just like willing to follow all of my protocol and jump through all the hoops. And yeah, like we took these stupid hot Polaroids. I'm gonna put them on my site and on all the things and social media. Well, the ones that I can, because I am me looking back like a very dirty girl. And like it was so good. I needed it, but also just the freedom of like, they're a very creative person. You know, they have this beautiful Polaroid camera, this old camera. They have this like this craft that they're honing over time, you know, like they're getting big into their own fetish photography and seeing how their skill develops in their own right. And so to be able to like create and play, but also have like tangible pieces of the moments that we created was really nice.
Were the pictures of you and of them, or just of them?
Both of us.
Nice.
Both of us. So like, so some of them were solo of me, some of them were solo of them. There was a lot that was just a lot of us. But yeah, like they're this, you know, they're this kinky little creature that's exploring and evolving in their own like sexual understanding of themselves, which is really, really nice. I'm proud of them.
It's fun. And especially you have mementos taken afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, and then before I forget, I also like, I'm getting ready to celebrate 13 years with my slut, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Right. We're gonna get tattoos. So we're gonna get tattoos, and we're gonna he's gonna get tattooed on the underside of his ball sack, because that is the only safe place he can have it.
I dig that.
Yeah, and I'm super excited. Like, planning.
Is he gonna get your initials? Is he gonna get Daddy? What's he gonna get?
Our initials.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm really excited.
I feel like that's gonna awaken a whole new branding kink for you.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, I can see it. You're like, oh, you can either get the hot iron or you can get the tattoo gun. But either way, this is happening. So
the choice is yours.
Pick your poison.
Hey, what's up, babes? Good to kind of see your face. It's dark where you at, but
yeah, we're all night, folks. We just sitting in the dark.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, right. normal things. Regular stuff. Yeah.
So how are you feeling this wonderful Wednesday?
Good. I had a nap before I picked the kid up, so I'm doing good. Because by now I'd be like, you know,
just like real mom life.
5 a.m. every day. Yeah, basically, man. You know, kid stuff. But how about y'all? How y'all feeling?
Oh, I feel great. I'm happy to be on this call with the lovely Ashley Paige and you freaking Amazon. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, buddy.
Very much happy to be here as well. Like, okay, so we didn't even get to introduce you yet. So we have to do the things, because we have so many exciting things to talk to you about.
Okay, great. Yay. Awesome. Y'all's background is so much better than mine. You just see my kids.
I really just
my like snake tank.
No, I really just want to go and like.
What kind of snake do you have? I have a snake.
Oh, I have 2 ball pythons.
Very nice.
Yeah, what do you have?
So I have a corn snake, but I'm about to get a vulva.
Ooh, wait. Like a whole ass constrictor, right? Yes. Oh boy.
Do they come in quarters? Is it
I don't know, man. Let me know, please. I mean, because they're huge. They're huge.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they will be. I'm gonna get one that's a baby, so they'll start off.
Oh, little noodle. We love noodles. Yes, we love noodles.
We have a phenomenal guest for you guys, or you beautiful people. Let me not gender you.
Right.
So we have a phenomenal individual, Maddox the Amazon. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but they're kind of that, and they gonna make you like, you know, make you suffer, and you're going to love every single minute of it. They are a professional dominatrix and all around badass, based in New York City. And they're also like a budding actress that like flexing their acting chops in the recently released 2nd season of Bonding. Yes. They were Dominatrix number I don't know. They were of the what were they called? Oh, they were one of the murder of Dominatrixes that is
murder.
in
Like
the
a murder of
in the
crows. I like that.
yes, in the bonding second season. And we're definitely gonna dive into all of that. But like they're also like this amazing creative, a mom. I want to say a kink educator as well, because I know you teach classes.
Absolutely.
But also a performer. Yeah. And like I'm really excited to connect with you.
I mean, Maddox is like this like statuesque freaking punk, just like walk in the store and you gotta pay attention, like commanding presence, and also like hella fucking sweet, but don't ever say that to her face, could probably beat your ass. So without further ado, we would love to introduce our fantastic guest, Maddox the Amazon.
Wah, 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 wah.
I mean, you know, I'm just now getting used to being introduced, and I've always loved the introductions that everyone comes up with, because I'm like, who the are you talking about? Who the is that? Oh God, that was great. Hello, beautiful babes, Miss Paige and Miss Duchess. Or is it just Duchess? Is it just Duchess? Your Majesty, Your Highness, my lady. I mean, whatever, right?
Take all of
my
it.
liege. Well, my liege is good. I like my liege. That's
right.
I like
it's very fitting.
Yeah, I agree. Hello, everybody. All the listeners out there in Radio Land. Yes, I still use that because I'm old. And yay. How y'all doing?
I love Radio Land. I think that's
right.
Hello, Radio Land. Like all the
Also, are you aging because I feel like that's not very old.
I mean,
it's dated.
It's dated, yeah. I mean, you ask anyone born after, like, I guess, what, 2005, 10, they're like, what? Who are you referencing? Oh, don't worry about
it. Radio. We don't listen to that shit.
Sorry, babe. It's all right. We still around. It's good. We know. We good.
We know.
We hip cats. We're on the whatever.
All right. When you say hip cats, even I gotta call that one.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So what's up? Let's chat.
Well, we're introducing you to a whole bunch of folks. Who are you? Who's Maddox? How do you identify? I mean, we know you, but
true.
Yeah. Hi. Pronouns. What pronouns do you want to be going?
My pronouns are she, they. Mostly she, they. I am a pro and lifestyle dominatrix out here in the city, New York City. Pansexual, polyamorous, queer as hell, everything that would make you think I'm from Brooklyn, but I'm not, I swear. I like that. I'm from Queens, technically, and now I'm uptown, where the food is good. And yeah, I mean, God, like y'all said, parents and educator. I would say educator. I mean, I've definitely schooled some people on some shit, maybe not in an official way, but what have you. I like guide. I think guide is I like guide. I think that title is a nice title. But God, I don't know. Bruja.
It's hard, right? When you start getting stuff on the spot, you're like, shit. How much?
Yeah, no, and I had it written down, and I'm kind of looking at it now, and I'm like, you're horrible at introducing yourself, so just go with it.
I mean, it's one of those uncomfortable things, but I think you're doing a damn good job. I do want to ask. So, how long have you been involved in kink, like doing your thing professionally and personally? Yeah. How'd you get started in it?
Yeah, well, why don't we start professionally? I'm actually hitting my third year professionally in like 2 weeks, something like that. Wow. Exciting. Yeah. So I haven't been out professionally for that long. It's been a hell of a ride though. Met some awesome people, including your lovely selves, worked with y'all, what have you. It's been great. But when I got into it, geez, luckily I had a neighbor, a downstairs neighbor. I have recollected this story many times, but let's bring it up. so I was 18, my dad passed, and I got really close with my downstairs neighbor, who was a finance lawyer and secretly a dominatrix. And one day she came home with, I'm always going to say this, these boots, red thigh-high boots, laced up. She got custom made in London. And I'm like, because like,
Right.
you know, because heels, I've always been into heels, but mostly they're just so beautiful. And I'm like, yes. And she told me, you know, that's when she kind of like confessed to me that she was a dominatrix.
Hold on, honey. You gotta say that one more time. You broke up for a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Stupid Wi-Fi.
So you said you two got...
Yeah, we got close. Me and my downstairs neighbor, who happens to be a dom. And she took me to a party. I barely remember because, you know, trauma. Yay. But I mean, I knew what a dominatrix was, quote unquote. I knew how they looked like. I didn't know this from that, but I know that was a very big like life event for me. You know, I went to this party young. I had no idea what I didn't know who I was, you know, especially then, going through that. And then like I was also goth and punk and whatever you wanted to label me as, you know, vampire. I don't know. I got called so many things. It was ridiculous. It's fine now, but it's like kids. So I kind of knew what the idea of it was. And I guess what drew me in was the aesthetic, because I was already very much into that aesthetic.
Right.
Music wise, what have you, you know. Oh, and besides being like, you know, a bossy for my whole life and being told that my whole childhood was like, you know, that's a really bad marker nowadays. Like, you don't have to be bossy to be to dominate something. So, you know, I know that now. But as a kid, I'm like, yeah, true. I could probably do this. But whatever. Time goes by. That was 18. I'm 34 now. So when I was 31, I was like about 2 years postpartum. Really had given up my life, right? I was like a bike messenger before I did all that. So like my life was bikes and working in the nonprofit sector and doing like street advocacy and all that. But, you know, I had a kid. So, you know, I stopped that. I gave that up willingly, of course. And, but at the time it's like, okay, now what the do I do now? You know, like which is a lot of the dilemma with mothers who stop working and what have you. They're like, okay, you know, a lot of us are like, what the hell do I do? Who am I now? I had one of those. I've had a lot of those. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of those who am I moments.
I don't think there's a limit on those. I think we have them as many times as we need to have them, you know.
Oh, good. That's great. Fantastic. I'm sure a few more will happen before the end.
Oh, absolutely. I'd hope so. If they told me this was it, no, you reached your final form, I'd be pissed as hell. What the hell, man? I want to be a chameleon. I want to shape shift into some
right.
So,
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chameleons are cool.
Yeah, I like we all go through it.
Yeah, totally. Yay, reptiles. I do love reptiles. Anyway, so fast forward to that 3 years ago, I saw the Viceland episode with Couple and Sweet Kill. I'm like, oh shit, they're still around, you know. Of course they are. But like, cool. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. You know, that I wanted to always try that. You know, I wanted to see if I could do it, see if it made me feel better about myself, better about life, and maybe more confident. I know I've always kind of seemed like a confident person, but you know, looks are deceiving. We all know that. We all have our times where we're, you know, shit on ourselves. But I don't know. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I knew, and luckily I had a friend who was staying with me at the time, who was like, you know, I used to blah, 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 CFNM, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh yeah, well, let me know, you know, like, so they did. And I was interviewed at Donatella's, and that's where I started.
Nice.
And that's where that ended. Mostly because you know, dungeon. I just needed dungeon experience because I had lifestyle experience. You know, being, you know, partners and what have you.
It's like the weird kink resume for pros. It's like you have to show all of these things. Where did you start? Oh, you're at this house. Oh, you were at that house. It's you know, we all start somewhere.
True.
Yeah.
And not all of
yeah. Right. Whether you're in a house or not, it's like, you know, you are who you started where you started, and that's pretty, you know, it's probably a pivotal, life-changing moment, as cliche as mine may sound, because you know, I don't like to give off the vibe that, you know, I became a parent and then I lost sight of myself, and then I found sex work, because that really wasn't the case. You know, I've done pretty much everything besides stripping, because I ain't got the body for that, and BBWs weren't such a hit back then. Wapping?
That's all right. I can't dance, so I mean, I've been looking at the whole, like, I think I'm doing a little something. I'm like, no, let me sit my down and leave it to the professionals. Because I'm gonna hurt myself. I'm gonna my or something. So
yeah. It's a treacherous sport. It is.
It has changed significantly. Like when I was dancing, because like back when I was dancing, I was a big girl when I was dancing, but I never danced in the States. I danced in the
well, you know, there we go. Way more accepted.
They love them some bits.
Of course.
Like American girls. What? Oh God, yes. But we didn't have to do all that on the pole. Like we was good like bouncing and, you know, twerking.
Right, the dance hall. Like, yeah.
Like,
wow, that's so amazing to know.
Yes. So like I have to call you on it, because I'm just like,
okay.
We had back then, and you were out there, you would have been cleaning up, baby.
That's also, you know, location. That's also true. It's true. What part of the Caribbean? I'm so curious. Like,
I was in St. Croix.
Oh, okay, the island.
Nice. I was in St. Croix and St. Thomas.
Oh yeah, those are blasts, man. Yeah. I have a brother-in-law from St.
was around when Hovensa was active, so like they had nothing but money and 26 square miles to just around in, and nothing but ass. So what did they do? Spend their money on that ass and that 26 square miles.
That sounds great to me. That sounds amazing. That's better than 40 acres and a mule, right? Just like 26 square feet and full of ass. And all the booze. Listen, I mentioned the booze because I have a brother-in-law from St. Lucia who brought this passion juice back, and I'm like, and I go home my liquor, okay? I don't drink much, but a bitch loves tequila. You know what I'm saying? And once I start, you know,
come on,
tequila, man, all the way. And but this brought this back, and I'm just like, one gulp, and I'm like, oh no.
It was a rum punch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know what? It tasted really good. That's the problem. You know when the drink is really sweet.
It tastes good and you up. That's what
you up. And it was passion fruit from the islands, which, you know, you don't get out here all the time. So it's like, my guy, it was definitely rum. St. Lucia rum though. That's different.
That's a whole nother ball right there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like how many kids your mother have? Oh, 8. Makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Like, I
see why. You got nothing but time on the island.
Right? Time and room.
So that's all you need.
You know what's interesting about what you just said is that, you know, you felt that, you know, you became a mother and you had done all these things and you kind of had this idea of this downstairs neighbors with these really nice boots. That's a whole story on itself.
Oh yeah, the boots, man, the boots.
But like you came into this space, you discovered it, you bloomed in it, and now you are you're on Netflix, boo. Like
you're in
a show that you know, the first season when it came out, I know myself and Miss Paige talked about it.
Actually, we did a podcast.
We did. I was going to mention that.
Yeah,
me, Paige, and Blunt.
We talked about it, and
6 thumbs down. Yes,
right. And across the boards, whether you're selling it, slinging it, whatever the hell, you're just like, what the fuck is this? And so the second season came out. I was very apprehensive. I was just like, y'all up the first 3 episodes of the last one. I don't really want to like revisit this.
Right.
And then
it was early. It was an early up. Yeah. It's true.
And then I saw what they did with the second season, and then like bringing you on and actually talking and consulting to people who are about this life. I mean, how did that feel for you as the journey that you've taken from, you know, being a goth, being a psycho, being a mama, being a reptile lover, and then finding BDSM, and then, you know, being a part of a project that, you know, is a representation of our lifestyle. You know, it's a representation of the women that work it and the people that dabble in it, and, you know, people who just, you know, turn a buck, whatever it is. Like, how did that feel?
Oh, no pressure. You know what I'm saying? No, tons of pressure. From myself mostly, because I'm like, all right, first season sucked. I only watched it because I had to about it on a podcast with 2 other pro doms who have been in this for a long time. And it was bad. I had a lot of about that. So going into this, when the fabulous Tina Horn was like, hey, here you go. Here's an email about this, looking for actual real life doms to be background in season 2 of Bonding, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So I thought about it. Like, all right. So here on one hand, they really casted us in a bad light, no matter for whatever reason, budget or whatever, because really you don't take no money to just get your facts right. You know what I'm saying?
In the first season or in the second season?
In the first season. I'm talking about the first season.
Okay.
So first season, this is me getting before doing the casting. This is me like, okay, so I about it because it was bad. And it was bad. This was really bad.
Really bad.
I have a chance to possibly help redeem things. You've done this before, and you've made an ass out of yourself just because you've aligned yourself with the wrong people or idea, whatever. I'm like, yeah, but if they're actually looking for in real life, doing it for work doms, then I'm like, I get a chance to probably say something about it. Nice. You know what I'm saying? This was before I learned that Olivia Troy was the consulting person on the season, which I was very happy to find out. I'm like, oh, okay. So that definitely, and once I got on set, once the casting was done, I'm like, okay, this feels cool. I saw familiar faces. I'm like, okay. I saw our scenes. I'm like, all right, okay.
Like, y'all are putting in the work. Y'all are actually going and talking to people who are about that, who, instead of just creating some fantasy like a Christian Grey out of your mind of what this is actually.
Yes, he who must not be named.
The Voldemort of the kink world.
For real though. I mean, that's no better, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, fast forward to the first day of shooting, which was my birthday last year, January 13th, Brooklyn Pier, freezing, but we did it. That was the last scene, because in Hollywood, you film the last thing first. I've learned. That's pretty cool. So that was fun. It was a lot of fun, even though I was in those 6-inch pleasers that everybody be wearing. That was dicey. But Jet Setting Jasmine, the fellow mom that she is, we were linking arms. No, I got you. I got to hold on to you because I'm scared for you. Even though I had it though, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. I love it.
Just that extra support. That's love.
And that community. And that's what they brought in, and they heard us, which was good. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I'm like, all right, I guess I'll give it a shot. They actually listened, you know? It's hard to get people to listen, as we all know. We know it's hard to get people to listen in any capacity, in any dynamic, whether it be like a dominatrix or a woman or a queer or a brown person. We just want to be heard and represented properly. And they did that. They did that pretty well. And I finally just saw this whole season over the weekend. And besides everyone coming to me during the premiere saying, hey man, it seemed like they really addressed the problems and they seem to fix the problems. I have friends who are not even in the dynamic who are like, hey man, I have so much more respect for that lifestyle, that life choice, that what have you. And I'm like, yeah, dope, man. Thank you so much. And, you know, that apprehension at first, you know, it's not, I guess, worth it. You know, it's whatever. It happens. You know, it's like, all right, cool. It's out the window now. You know, it's like they did a great job. It was great to see.
I mean, it's also important to acknowledge that, you know, whether you speak or not or talk or not, it's the idea of that you are on a platform visually that other you know, Afro-Latinx, women of color, queers of color can see that we're being represented in those spaces, and not just as the comedy or as the trope, but as actual, you know, figures of authority, and we put forward that, and they can see that, especially with the new generation coming up, who just see, you know, the fur coats and the red leather heels, that they don't see the work that goes into it, and seeing, oh, it's not just all thin white women, you know, there's tons of different women from every, you know, into the diaspora to, you know, indigenous and so on and so forth, that, you know, do this. And even if it's a visual representation, that's incredibly powerful, and that's incredibly important. And so I'm glad that you were definitely a part of that project. Yeah.
Thanks, babe. I feel like I feel like I did the right thing, definitely. You know, for a while there, I'm like, oh my God, we're all in it. Are we all gonna look like shit afterwards? Because I don't know if you guys know about this Messenger movie, Premium Rush. So real life messengers help with Premium Rush.
Oh, I remember that movie.
And I have my friends consulted on that.
What is this? I have no idea what this
Premium Rush. It's an old, years ago.
You know, like in the early 2000s, it was like a bike messenger movie when like fixies were like all the craze, and everybody was riding fixie bikes and messengers. Yeah. And that basically was like a movie about that.
About messenger life, yeah. It was like a revamped Quicksilver in a lot of ways. You know, well, anyway, so I had real bike friends, who regret that, and I didn't want that to be like, I didn't want that to happen this time, because this was very important. People, not only are people's, like, I guess, reputations are on the line, and, you know, what have you, but, you know, people just like they're just regular people who are just literally living their lives the way they want to, you know, like look at that first season and be like, oh, that's horrible. That makes me kind of feel bad about myself. You know, you don't really know how it's going to affect people until, you know, they tell you. But it's good to be here. And it's good to know that, again, we were listened to, and the research was put in, you know, because it doesn't take that much money for research to be put in. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. Just on your computer. But I think
all the difference.
Right, makes all the difference. And I think we, in this day and age, we have to, you know, we have to be willing to do the work, because you know, people ain't want to do the work for free no more, and you can't blame them, right? So, and that's why they brought on, I'm sure that's why they brought on Troy and did the thing, and brought in Vesper, Jessica and Jasmine, Parker, even the actual actors that they casted, Christina and oh God, I'm so sorry, but the two main doms, Lola and Cassandra, the other secondary, I guess, secondary doms, whatever, I don't know how they were credited. Anyway, they were, you know, I was very happy to see a fellow brown Latinx, you know, curly headed, curvy babe who was casted in one of like the lead roles. So it's like, dope. All right, that's cool. And then I'm right here behind her, you know, so I'm like, cool. All right. And but mostly I was just really nervous about how it was just going to make us all look, you know, because we all work a hell of a lot. I guess not change, but try and sway how people think of us, you know, like they think we're just dirty perverts who touch children and like want to have sex with animals and are mentally ill of all stupid fucking things.
None of that is the case.
None of that is the case, right? I mean, no, what the ew. And like we don't let that shit close. We don't let that shit in anyway. We're like, no. If we sniff any of that horrible shit, we're like, no, get away.
Right.
But that's community. And they also showed what community is within the BDSM lifestyle on season 2, which without community, we'd be nothing, you know? I know I was very, not apprehensive, but I was like goddamn nervous and scared when I came out as a pro. Like, am I gonna find cool chicks cool people to just like, they're just chill and they're not bitches all the time? Is that cool? Because I'm like, I can't be a bitch all the time. And look,
all the time. That take work.
So much work. It's tiring. And a lot of people assume that of, you know, anyone who's in our positions. And no, I'm tired. I want someone take over, please. Oh wait, no, you're doing it wrong. Let me do it. Fine. God, that's Capricorn. So so yeah, no, it was really good to see. Like, they got all the aspects down. Everything was accurate from behind the scenes to how it was cut. I mean, they didn't really cut much out either. So that's cool. You know, they could have cut us out, could have hired us and just like, oh, whatever, you know, but no, they didn't. They did us right. And I feel like it was overall, you know, welcomed by the community, it seems, you know, for the most part. There's always going to be naysayers, and, you know, I don't blame them. I'm a naysayer too sometimes, but
you can't please everybody. But it was
right.
As someone that like is very much a part of the community and was not a fan of the first season and not particularly a fan of their particular story, I appreciate, you know, one, seeing so many people that I actually know from the community that I know that are well respected and doing the work and actually like making moves. So like the normalization and destigmatization of our work is proliferated just by you being there, just by you taking space there, you know? So like, I highly appreciated that, you know, seeing y'all, and y'all look fly as yo, you was walking in them boots, girl. Like, y'all look so phenomenal. Just so many strong Black women, Latinx women, so many women of like color.
Yeah.
But also so many women and femme and queer folks that are knee deep in this community, deeply immersed in this community, real, actual, authentic pillars of this community. You know, I'm just like, you know, come on with it. Now, yes. I will say that like, I watched the whole thing and I was just like, yes, come on, y'all. All y'all was still, but
yes,
at the end, I kind of felt like, oh boy, kind of made it clear that he was still going to tell his own story in his own way, which was kind of just like,
yeah, no, I can see what,
side eye, like, I appreciate all this, but also watching your ass. But
right.
Everything y'all did was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And then knowing that like Olivia Troy just, it was so beautiful watching y'all. Just so many good things.
That means a lot. That really means a lot. And that's really why I'm only speaking for myself. That's really why I did it, was for that sort of reaction. That sort of, not even, it's not praise. It's just, it's just welcoming. Just like, yay, we did it. Yay.
Yes.
Some success, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For all of us.